Goed, Cinderella is terug op die planke en dit is van die 30ste September tot 9 Oktober en natuurlik deur die Joburg Ballet. En wat almal hier kuier ook om meer daaroor te gesels by ons natuurlik vanoggend is Iain MacDonald, Nicole Ferreira-Dill en Armando Barros. Hello and good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Iain, let's start with you. Why Cinderella?
I think Cinderella is the ideal ballet for the stresses and strain that we're all going through as people now. And we just want to get away from all the drama and I think this is a fairy tale classic. The story is easy to follow. We all knew it. We grew up with it as children. So as the director, I almost am hesitant for the dads coming with the kids because they always feel intimidated because they're not quite sure what's going to happen in the ballet. Yes. Everyone knows Cinderella and you know what it is. So you can just sit back and stop stressing about all the pressures that we're facing on a daily basis and just come and watch these amazing dancers. I want to call them athletes, because I think we are trying to turn this around to say these are highly skilled, trained athletes. Wow. Because the perception out there is, oh, we go around with our fingers like this on our head and we turn around. And that we don't understand how much training, weight training, getting into the gym, classes. So I think audiences need to understand the physicality and the demands that these bodies are going through to put on a ballet.
Absolutely.
It's a full-time commitment. It's not like you like to dance and therefore you're doing Cinderella. People must understand that your art that you are busy with is not a part-time thing.
Often people will say, so what is your real job? Like you think we get together in the afternoon or after hours and then just whip it together. It's not. Not only the physical side, but the mental games that they play with themselves as well, about the demands, the expectation from audiences, the pressure that they put on themselves, because I did this yesterday, I've got to do it the same, or I've got to take it to another level and be better. So that constant driving of always coming in day after day to improve on what you did the day before is what they deal with on a daily basis.
Wow. That's relentless.
Nicole, ek wil by jou hoor, want een het nou so mooi gepraat oor al die druk wat op julle is, die voorbereiding. Hoeveel voorbereiding gaan aan? Hoe lank is repetisies, behalwe vir die repetisies, as julle bymekaar kom, wat se ander voorbereiding doen jy?
Sure, nee, daar's baie wat ingaan. Ek byvoorbeeld, ek gaan 'n gym toe in die oggend en dan begin ons so 10:00. Ons doen altyd 'n klas om op te warm en ons lyf aan die gang te kry en reg te kry vir die dag. En dan begin ons met ons oefening. Ons oefen tot 6:00 in die aand. So dis 'n voltydse dag en dan ek en my partner, ons sal gewoonlik bietjie ekstra tyd ook insit. Daar's baie keer, you get rehearsals, but you always feel like you need more, so we'll always put in some extra time.
And I think also, if you're doing a big production, say like a Romeo and Juliet, a lot of them will then go and read the book, read the story, so that they also get into character. Because with ballet, it's not just about doing steps, it's about making an audience feel something from an emotion, whether it's happy, sad, and I think that's why we chose Cinderella, because we feel like everyone needs to be happy, and there's that feel-good ending to the ballet where we all feel like there's hope in South Africa. And, you may be the Cinderella being abused by the stepmother and your situation might not be ideal, but at the end of the day, if you just keep going and believe, things can turn around. And I think that's the message we as a company want to tell people right now, is because everyone's stressing, and just hang in there. It'll come around, and I think South Africa's got a great future.
Sure.
Armando, coming to South Africa and dancing in South Africa, because you're originally from Brazil.
Yes.
Dancing in South Africa and dancing Cinderella. Me as an idiot, I'm wondering now, is there like a standard repertoire thing? Is Cinderella the same across the planet, or is there like different Cinderellas? Is it a stock kind of thing? Is there differences? Coming to dance in South Africa, what's your experiences? What's your challenges?
Well, the experience has been amazing. I've been in South Africa for 5 years now, so it's literally my second home. And regarding Cinderella, yes, we do have different versions in other companies around the world. And we've been fortunate enough to have Iain's version for our company. So working with his choreography and as well as an artistic director, it's actually a very incredible experience, because then you have your boss, the person that is giving you all the corrections, also choreographing on your body. So we have many different versions around the world, but when we have our own in the company, it's something really special.
Joburg Ballet, in your opinion, is it growing? Obviously there are challenges. There are challenges on arts in South Africa and the performing arts, extreme challenges, constantly, specifically in these times, post the pandemic. It's almost like people forgot that there is live cultural events and art still happening, don't you think?
Yeah. So I think we had our difficulties during the pandemic. Like there was a moment that we were literally doing class for 3 months almost, like inside our little apartments. And now that we are finally, I think Cinderella is going to be the first season with a full audience, because our previous season we still had masks and some kind of restrictions. So it's been quite tough, like on the body, also in the finances, as you said. Like the arts sometimes are the first ones to be affected because somehow it's not something that people prioritize to come to the theater. But as Iain was also saying, like in the beginning, I feel that our art form, it gives hope. So once you there in the audience, you're not thinking about your problems. You look into this fairy tale and you think that everything it's beautiful, and that gives you some kind of hope and a magic thing that sometimes we forget. That this gives you energy to continue facing your daily problems. But I think we're doing really, really well.
And I think we want to encourage people, come back to the theatre, come and support live entertainment, not just Joburg Ballet, but there are lots of productions that are happening. Artists are getting out there, doing some amazing work, and I think we have incredible talent in this country. And I think come and support your local ballet company. I think as soon as people see someone from overseas, everyone rushes to go and see them, because international is always bigger and better. That's the thought process. But when last were you at the ballet? When last did you come and actually support these amazing dancers that really are of international standard? And I think we need to be proud of what we have in this country and support one another.
Well, I think that was going to be my next question to you, because you do lecture overseas at the American Academy of Ballet in New York. And you're quite right. We often, when we speak about the arts, whether it's acting or singing, we tend to compare ourselves with people overseas, because, abroad people are so good. And you that work overseas too, how do we compare standard-wise if you look at our ballet dancers in South Africa?
Great question. Every country, every place is going to have amazingly, phenomenally talented dancers. That's across the board. And there's going to be equally bad. So I think we mustn't get into the rut of thinking, oh, well, we're in South Africa, we're so far away, we're so isolated from the rest of the world, because it's far. When I go over to New York, it's quite a trek to get there. But when I get there, I'm so pleasantly surprised at the standard, because it's phenomenally talented, incredibly gifted people, but I'm also pleasantly surprised to see that there's actually equally bad. Where do we fit into all of that? I think we can hold our own. Yes, we have our weaknesses, and we have areas that I feel we need to work on, and we need to up our game a lot. But generally, I can watch our performances and think, wow, I could be sitting in New York, I could be sitting London, and actually this is a company that I wouldn't not be proud about.
Iain, I would like to say that I think it's a success story. I think that you are... I have to give you credit.
Thank you.
You are running a success story, I believe. If you think of all the challenges that ballet in Southern Africa is facing, and there are many and numerous and from various angles, but there's funding for a project like this. There is interest for it. There's a need for it. There's this. Yes, we've been talking about audiences that sort of almost forgot that we're part of a cultural experience, and people are struggling to get almost back into theatre and to in general again, and to sit in theatres and watch pieces of art being performed. But there is support for Joburg Ballet Theatre.
Absolutely, thank you, and that's a great compliment. But I must just say it's a whole team, and it's a whole group of people that are going out and doing their area that makes Joburg Ballet successful. The city of Joburg is one of our biggest supporters. Transformation is high on the agenda for us as well. We need to be making sure that the next generation is coming into the company, because without the company, why are we going out into Soweto, into Alexander, into Bromfontein, and working with the young children, who I might add have phenomenal talent? These young kids, without the company, why are they working? So we've got to make sure that the whole cycle works. We've got to provide them with opportunities, expose them to these incredibly talented dancers, get them into the company so that we can sustain this ongoing talent, which I feel is really, really important to have in a country. It's like I always see it as a house. You can have this beautiful mansion, but unless you have water and electricity, which is the arts, in my opinion, it's just a shell. It's just there's nothing to that house. And I think the arts and the talent that we've got in this country is what's going to sustain us going forward to a brighter future.
Wow. Nicole, ek wil by jou weet, wat is die een ding as dit kom by ballet wat mense dalk misverstaan? Jy weet, miskonsepsies wat mense dalk het oor ballet.
Sure. Ek dink mense dink altyd dis net vir die, how can I say, just for the elite people, or, and it's just for, but it's not, it's for everyone. It's, yes, maybe not everyone can become a professional ballet dancer, but it's for everyone. Anyone can dance. It's, you know, coming to watch the ballet, I don't know, as an audience member as well, I think people sometimes think ballet is boring, but it's because they don't understand the, shall I say, that athleticism that goes into it, or, you know, so I think even if you come to the ballet and just to see what we do with our bodies and what incredible things, you know, how we work with our bodies, I think that's just amazing on its own to see.
Wow. Iain, a quickly last question. Where can people watch this? Dates again?
Perfect. So it's taking place at the Joburg Theatre. It opens this Friday, which is the 30th of September. We go until the 9th of October. Do yourself a favor, come and log on to Joburg Ballet's website. So that's easy, www.joburgballet.com. And we've just updated our website. So there's an easy link. You just go on, click onto web tickets within our website, and it'll take you straight through to booking tickets. So it's really, really easy and accessible. And then just browse through our website and get all the information. Yeah, I think that's easy. I think that's the most direct. So www.joburgballet.com. Click on there, and we look forward to welcoming you to the ballet. Friday night we open, come and watch these amazing dancers.
Oh, wow, that's really fantastic. And like Pierre said, what a success story. Good luck, break a leg.
Thank you.
All the best, and I really hope that the theatres are packed every night for all the shows. So thank you very much for the visits.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Daar het jy dit, as jy nie weet wat om te gaan doen nie, besoek die ballet gaan kyk, Cinderella.